I think you're going to have to iron out that problem, because I'm asked that question more than almost any other question. Are you going to 21 or not? Okay.
Huge society issues, demographic. I mean, these shooters typically are males, they're white, and they're suicidal.
And they're cowards.
And they're cowards. And cowards can be stopped with deadly force. That's why I agree with you that we need to secure our schools.
I mean, you cannot own an automatic weapon, you cannot own a bazooka, and so there is no reason to continue to sell to people a weapon of war like this. I know there are differences of opinion. I just hope that we can act.
That maybe that bill will someday pass, but it should pass as a separate. If you're going to put concealed carry between states into this bill, we're talking about a whole new ballgame. And, you know, I'm with you, but let it be a separate bill. You'll never get this passed. If you add concealed carry to this, you'll never get it passed. The internet stuff is so violent. It's so incredible. I see it. I get to see things that you'd be amazed at. I have a very young son who I look at some of the things he's watching and I say, how is that possible? And this is what kids are watching. And I think you maybe have to take a look at it. You know, you rate movies for different things. Maybe you have to also rate them for terror, for what they're doing and what they're all about. It's hard to believe that, at least for a percentage, and maybe it's a small percentage of children, this doesn't have a negative impact on their thought process. But these things are really violent. The reason I had lunch with the NRA on Sunday, I called them. I said, you got to come over. I said, fellas, we got to do something. And they do have great power. I agree with it. They have great power over you people. They have less power over me. I don't need it. What do I need? And I'm telling you, I think they're there. I think they're there. Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified. They want to do what's right, and they're going to do what's right. I really believe that. I think it was a very good lunch. Yes, sir. Present things. I mean, to me, I like the word comprehensive. I'd rather have a comprehensive bill. Can you merge yours into this bill, or would you rather have a separate mix bill?
Mr. President, the most important thing you said at the outset is that we act.
You have to act.
And we don't go home empty-handed. So whatever
you know what?
we can
It'd
do
be
to
nice
work
to act.
together to act.
Yeah, but it would really be nice to create something that's beautiful, that works.
I think
and you know the biggest thing, Chris, the biggest surprise to me, because I've only been doing this for 2 years, right? 3 years now. Time flies. But I've been here for a little more than a year. What surprises me more than anything else is that nothing's been done for all these years. Because I really see a lot of common ground, whether it's Democrat, Republican. I'm so surprised. I'm sitting here and I'm saying, you know, there's a lot of commonality here. There's a lot of people that are agreeing with pretty much everything you guys are writing and that you guys are writing. I don't understand why this hasn't happened for the last 20 years. Nothing's happened. So we're going to get it done.
The data tells you that America has a gun violence rate that is 20 times that of every other industrialized country in the world. But we don't have a higher mental illness rate. Our schools aren't less safe. We don't spend less money on law enforcement. What's different is that we have the loosest, most lax gun laws in the nation. So I'm all for doing everything, but we should fix the mental illness system because it's broken, period, stop. Not because we think that it's going to solve the gun violence epidemic.
You have to do it, fellas.
The data tells us that the one thing that is different about the United States is our unbelievably loose gun laws, and I hope we follow it.
Yeah, if you don't have it back.
This. We're at a tipping point. We're at a tipping point, and why we are, I don't know, but I think it's the students.
You know why we are?
I think it's the students.
Elizabeth, you know why we are? Because a week will go by, another week, another week, another week, and all of a sudden, people are going to be onto other things. We can't let that happen.
We have the power to change that.
But that's that's what's happened.
And you can get this done, Mr. President. I want to give that to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you can add to it. But you have to be very, very powerful on background checks. Don't be shy. Very strong on mentally ill. You have to be very, very strong on that. And don't worry about bump stock. We're getting rid of it where it'll be out. I mean, you don't have to complicate the bill by adding another 2 paragraphs. We're getting rid of it.
You can buy an AR-15.
You can.
You can buy a Tech-9. I mean, you can buy all these weapons.
Well, this is what you're going to have to discuss,
many
Joe.
bullets.
Yeah, Joe and Pat, you're going to have to discuss that. You'll sit down with Diane and everybody else, and you'll come up with something. Thank you. See yourself supporting an assault weapons ban? Thank you very much. Do you still have confidence in Attorney General Sessions? Thank you, everybody.